It's being described as a painful process, but an important one. NIM's biological opinion investigates the impacts of water releases from Lake O on red tide and endangered species. But its delay is slowing the first attempt in a decade to revise how Lake O water is managed.
We continue to stay engaged in positive communications with National Marine Fisheries Service.
Colonel James Booth says that it's typical to do this type of consultation between agencies when asked if a delay like this is normal.
We're just trying to make sure we get this one closed out and worked through.
Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation Environmental Policy Director Matt DePaulis said it's important to stick with the process.
It's so important that we get this right, we implement LOSOM in a timely manner, and we really bring about these changes that are going to be a net positive.
DePaulis says that once LOSOM, the manual, becomes operational, it will give the Corps a lot more flexibility.
It's going to allow for decision makers to be able to react to some of those situations on the ground that aren't necessarily able to be captured in a flow chart.
He describes these situations as red tide in the Gulf or harmful algal blooms on the lake. Being able to respond to these situations more effectively may sound like a positive thing. That's because it is. But then why the delay from the Fisheries Service?
Is now being evaluated within the process where it never has been before. I could see how it would complicate the issue.
But to most people, those concerns might sound like common sense.
To people on the ground, if you talk to them, they'll say, well, of course, if we feed nutrients into this system, then we're going to have excess nutrients in the system. But until there's actually hard peer-reviewed science that's been published, I think we're moving through that right now, and it's a painful process, but we're going to come out stronger on the back end because of it.
DePaulis says despite the delay, he hopes the Corps and the Fisheries Service are working together on the opinion so that when it's eventually released, it'll be a quick and seamless to move forward. Now, the Corps hopes to still meet its goal for the manual set for December. In studio, meteorologist Andrew Shipley, Fox 4.